Every holiday season, a strange tradition unfolds without anyone admitting they agreed to it. Lights go up, music plays, joy fills the air, and suddenly a very heavy, very colorful object appears on the kitchen counter. It looks festive, smells intense, and silently dares someone to slice it. Everyone promises they will. No one does. Days pass. Guests come and go. The object remains, unchanged, like it's powered by dark magic and dried fruit. By the time the holidays end, the decorations are gone, the tree is out, and the mystery dessert is still there, staring back with confidence that feels unearned. So, what exactly is going on here? I'm Professor Everything, and today we'll be answering the question, why are fruitcakes tossed after the holidays? Right here on Explaining Everything. Fruitcake has a long history tied to celebrations, especially Christmas. It originated as a practical dessert made with dried fruits, nuts, sugar, and spices, ingredients that were expensive and lasted a long time before refrigeration existed. Many traditional recipes also include alcohol, which helps preserve the cake even further. From a scientific standpoint, fruitcake is surprisingly resilient. Dried fruits contain very little moisture. Sugar binds water that bacteria need to grow, and alcohol slows microbial activity. Together, these factors allow fruitcakes to stay edible far longer than most baked goods. Because of this, fruitcakes were often baked weeks or months before holidays and stored until needed. In earlier times, that durability was impressive and useful. Today, it's just unsettling. The cake doesn't mold, it doesn't shrink, it doesn't soften, it simply waits. This durability is the reason fruitcakes survive the holidays physically. But survival doesn't guarantee popularity, and that's where the real problem begins. The main reason fruitcakes are tossed after the holidays is not safety, it's taste, texture, and timing. Fruitcake is extremely dense. That density comes from low moisture and tightly packed ingredients. One slice feels less like dessert and more like an endurance test. After weeks of rich holiday meals filled with cookies, pies, and chocolates, most people are no longer interested in wrestling with a cake that fights back. Then there's the flavor. Traditional fruitcake uses candied fruits that are intensely sweet and oddly textured. Modern taste preferences lean toward lighter desserts with softer textures and simpler flavors. Fruitcake didn't evolve with those preferences. It stayed the same, and I hoped nostalgia would do the heavy lifting. There's also a strong social factor. Fruitcake is often a gift. During the holidays, people keep it out of politeness. It sits untouched, protected by seasonal goodwill. No one wants to be the person who throws away a gift in December. But once the calendar flips to January, that protection disappears. Holiday rules no longer apply. The cake hasn't been eaten, no one has claimed it, and suddenly it's just clutter. That's when decisions get made. Fruitcake's reputation for being unwanted is not new. Jokes about fruitcake date back more than a century, appearing in newspapers, cartoons, and comedy routines. It became famous for being passed around, avoided, and quietly ignored. There are even documented fruitcakes preserved for decades, not because anyone planned to eat them, but because they never changed. Their longevity became more impressive than their flavor. Another odd truth is that fruitcake is rarely thrown away immediately. It usually lingers long after the holidays, moved from counter to cabinet, waiting for a moment that never arrives. It survives not on enthusiasm, but on hesitation. Unlike other desserts that disappear because people love them, fruitcake disappears because people eventually stop feeling bad about not loving it. Fruitcake's reputation for being unwanted isn't universal. It actually depends on where you are in the world, which makes the whole situation even funnier. In the United States, fruitcake became a punchline. By the early 1900s, American newspapers and comedians were already joking about fruitcake being regifted endlessly or avoided entirely. It earned a reputation as the holiday gift that never gets opened and never disappears. This is where the idea of fruitcake being unwanted really took off culturally. In Italy, panettone fills the same holiday role, but it's fluffy, airy, and meant to be eaten fresh. As a result, it doesn't linger for weeks. If it's still around after the holidays, it's usually because someone hid it, not because no one wanted it. So, why are fruitcakes tossed after the holidays? Not because they expire, not because they spoil, and not because they failed at their original purpose. Fruitcakes are tossed because the season that excuses them ends. Once the holidays are over, politeness fades, tastes reassert themselves, and the truth becomes impossible to ignore. The cake may last forever, but our willingness to pretend we want it does not. In the end, fruitcake isn't defeated by time. It's defeated by honesty, cleanup season, and the simple realization that survival alone doesn't make something welcome. And yet, somehow, it always comes back next year. If you enjoyed uncovering the strange survival story of fruitcake and why it always meets its fate after the holidays, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more fun, fact-filled explanations of everyday mysteries. And if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other bingeable channels. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.